Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-tackling a topic that's a rite of passage for almost every student, the all-nighter. We've all been there, right? It's 3 in the morning, the exam is in a few hours, and you're surrounded by a mountain of textbooks, empty coffee mugs, and a growing sense of panic. You tell yourself, just a few more hours, I just need to cram this last chapter. It feels productive, like you're a hero battling time itself for the sake of your grades. But what if I told you that this heroic effort is not just ineffective, but actively sabotaging your success? What if the single most important part of your study session is the part you're skipping? Today, we're going to dive deep into the neuroscience of learning and memory to reveal why pulling an all-nighter is one of the worst things you can do for your brain and your grades. Let's start by understanding what happens when you study. When you read a textbook, watch a lecture, or practice a problem set, you're taking in new information. This information first enters your brain's short-term memory system. Think of it like the RAM on your computer or a temporary notepad. The key brain structure involved here is the hippocampus. It's fantastic at quickly capturing new experiences and facts throughout the day. When you're cramming for hours on end, you are relentlessly stuffing information into this limited capacity storage space. It feels like you're learning because the information is technically in there. You can probably recall a formula you just looked at a minute ago. But here's the critical problem. The hippocampus has a finite capacity. It was never designed to hold vast amounts of information for long periods. After a few hours of intense cramming, it becomes completely saturated. It's like trying to pour water into a glass that's already full. The new information just spills over and gets lost. You're essentially overwriting previous information or failing to store new information effectively. This is why you might read the same page 3 times and still have no idea what it said. Your brain's reception desk is full, and it's simply not accepting any more data. So, if short-term memory is just a temporary holding area, how does anything we learn become permanent knowledge that we can recall weeks, months, or even years later? This is where the magic of sleep comes in. The process is called memory consolidation. It's the brain's natural built-in filing and saving mechanism. When you fall asleep, your brain doesn't just shut down. It enters a highly active and organized state of maintenance and processing. Specifically, during the deep stages of sleep, something remarkable happens. Your brain replays the neural patterns of what you learned during the day. It's like a subconscious review session. These replays strengthen the connections between neurons, making the memory trace more robust and stable. Crucially, during this process, the memories are transferred from the temporary, limited capacity hippocampus to the vast, long-term storage warehouse of your brain. This is the difference between scribbling a note on a sticky pad that you throw away versus engraving that information onto a permanent hard drive. Without sleep, this transfer simply doesn't happen. The information you crammed remains stuck in the fragile, temporary storage of the hippocampus, vulnerable to being forgotten almost as quickly as it was learned. But memory consolidation is only half the story. Sleep performs another vital function for your brain. It takes out the trash. Throughout the day, as your brain cells work hard, they produce metabolic byproducts, or waste. One of these is a protein called beta. If these toxins accumulate, they can interfere with neural signaling, leading to that feeling of brain fog, mental fatigue, and an inability to concentrate. It's not consolidated, it's not stable, and it's incredibly difficult to access under pressure. Second, your brain is clogged with the metabolic waste that wasn't cleared out. making your thinking slow and foggy. You sit down, read the first question, and your mind goes blank. You know you saw the answer somewhere in your notes, but you just can't retrieve it. The connection is too weak, the mental fog too thick. The stress of the exam only makes it worse, further inhibiting your recall abilities. You end up guessing, leaving questions blank, and performing far below your potential. All that effort, all that sacrifice, essentially went to waste because you missed the most critical step in the learning process: sleep. Now, let's contrast this with a smarter approach. Imagine you study for a few hours in the evening, review your key concepts, and then get a solid 7 to 8 hours of sleep. While you're sleeping, your brain is hard at work for you. It's consolidating those memories, moving them to long-term storage, strengthening the connections, and cleaning out all the gunk. You wake up feeling refreshed. You walk into the exam hall with a clear mind and a well-organized mental library. When you read a question, your brain can quickly and efficiently access the relevant, consolidated information from your neocortex. You can think clearly, make connections between concepts, and solve complex problems. You're not just recalling facts. You're able to apply your knowledge effectively. The research is overwhelmingly clear on this. Studies consistently show that students who get adequate sleep after studying perform significantly better on tests than those who deprive themselves of sleep to cram more. Even just 4 or 5 hours of sleep is profoundly more beneficial than 0 hours. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable part of the learning and memory process. It's not time taken away from studying. It is the study session. So what's the practical takeaway here? You need to reframe your entire study strategy. Stop thinking of learning as a single event of information input. Instead, see it as a two-step process: encoding and consolidation. Plan your study schedule to protect your sleep. Instead of one marathon 8-hour cram session, try to 4-hour sessions, spread over 2 days with a full night's sleep in between. Techniques like spaced repetition, where you review material at increasing intervals, work precisely because they leverage the brain's sleep-based consolidation mechanism. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep. Dim the lights, put away your phone, and allow your brain the time it needs to do its essential work. The next time you're tempted to pull an all-nighter, remember what's happening inside your head. You're not being a diligent student, you're being an inefficient one. You're filling a leaky bucket and refusing to run the system maintenance that makes it all work. Prioritize your sleep. Your brain and your grades will thank you for it. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. See you in the next one.